Mac Voices listeners and viewers. Our friends at Squarespace have a great do-it-yourself website builder that allows you to make a website or blog in just a few minutes. Squarespace gives you a free domain name, handles all the hosting, and has 24-hour customer support. Everything on the platform is drag and drop, so it's incredibly easy to use. The templates are customizable to your own look and feel and let your content do all the talking. Additionally, you can switch to a different template at any time. Go to squarespace.com/MacVoices to start a free trial. Use the offer code MacVoices2, that's MacVoices and the number 2, when you decide to purchase, and you'll receive a 10% discount. Thanks to Squarespace for sponsoring this edition of Mac Voices. This is Mac Voices at Macworld iWorld 2013 in San Francisco. I'm Chuck Joyner. We're in the Garmin booth doing what's becoming an annual visit to talk with Johan about what's new with Garmin mapping software. Johan, it's great to see you.
Great to see you too. Thanks, you.
This has been an interesting year for mapping and turn-by-turn and navigation. You know, we've had the Apple controversy, we've had all kind of issues. Navigon is still my personal choice, but Garmin actually has 2 navigation apps.
Right, so we have the Navigon app, and then we also have the Street Pilot onboard app. And they're both a little bit different in terms of the user interface. So someone who already owns a Garmin device, a Garmin UV, and is familiar with the user interface will get the same experience from the Garmin Street Pilot onboard app. Now, the Navigon app, has a couple of different features. Has the map manager, for example, where you can select the states that you want to download. That saves you a little bit of memory. So it really depends a little bit on what you want from an app. But both apps, have the same Garmin quality. They have onboard apps, so you don't have to pay. You don't use up your data, because that's a big point, the onboard data. I mean, first of all, it's very high quality NavTech data, so it's very accurate. But then at the same time, there was actually a survey that came out yesterday that said, over 60% of iPhone users pay more than $100 per month for the wireless plan, and that's largely due to the data usage. So using an onboard app like both of these will save you some money.
And they both draw from the same mapping database, so you're getting the same information, just presented differently.
Correct, yeah. Same information, a little bit of a different interface and different features.
It's important to note, too, that with Navigon, that there are still a lot of different flavors of Navigon, so I can buy pretty much the maps that I need for the part, in the case of the US, of where I am going to be traveling.
Yeah, I mean, we have, just for the United States, we have different options. You can get the whole US for $49.99, but you can buy a regional version if you just want, the East Coast or the West Coast, then it's only going to be $29.99. Now, the cool thing about that is, if you just buy the West Coast and at some point you want to go to the East Coast, you can just simply upgrade the map with an in-app purchase. So
Very
that
nice.
gives you more flexibility.
So what do you have new? I mean, we've talked about both of these apps to one degree or another before, but you always have something new for us.
Right. So the latest thing that we do is location sharing. So we think that GPS navigation and location sharing, that's a natural fit. Chances are when you go somewhere that you're meeting with someone. Now, when you're on the road and you want to contact that person to let them know when you'll be there, texting or making a phone call is not a very safe option. So we now partner up with Glimpse. So when you leave on a trip, you can invite people from your address book and send them an email or text message, and they will get a link and can open the map and see your location, see your arrival time. So that gives you peace of mind, but it also helps you to know, or help your friends know when you arrive.
So if I take a detour, they're going to know it.
Yeah, or if you're stuck, in traffic, if it shows you're only moving 5 miles per hour, well, you might be stuck in traffic. Or, another use case is, like the other day I was coming back from a business trip and I had to go straight from the airport, to a party. And my wife wanted to come too, so we kind of had to meet up at the party. So I just sent her a Glimpse invite and she would see, okay, now he's 10 minutes away from the party. Now I should leave. So, it reduces distraction, and it's a very nice way to integrate new features.
It's an interesting value added. As the world becomes more social, I think some of us kind of hesitate to share some of this information. It's good that you point out how useful it can be in a very practical way. And it's also that I'm sharing it just with one person. I'm not sharing it with the world like I might on Facebook or Twitter.
Yeah, you're not broadcasting it on Twitter or something. You can invite the people that will get the link, and you can also set the time for how long they can follow you. So if you just want that person to follow you for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, you can set that within the app.
We have some hardware devices to talk about?
Yes, we actually have the Garmin Glow, which is a GPS receiver. Now with the iPad mini, it has actually a really cool screen size for navigation, right? The Wi-Fi model doesn't have GPS. So we have the Garmin Glow, which is an external GPS receiver that I have right here. It sells for $99, and you can connect it via Bluetooth, and then you can navigate, with an iPod Touch or with the iPad Mini.
Very nice. So $99 now, this is pulling satellite data?
Yeah, so this one is pulling GPS and also GLONASS. GLONASS is the Russian satellite system. So that gives you an extra 20 satellites, which is really good in urban canyons. Like if you're navigating in Manhattan and you have all these tall buildings, if you just use GPS, chances are that you will lose GPS reception. So this one is much more reliable.
Very nice, very nice. Any data plan required with this, or is it a one-time $99 shot?
Yeah, it's a one-time fee, just because the GPS signal, anyone can use it, it's free. So you just have to pay for the hardware, and then that's it.
That's very nice. So if I download Navigon or Street Pilot to my iPad Mini that is Wi-Fi only, get this, I basically have all the benefits, maybe even a few more, of buying something that was 3G enabled or LTE enabled.
Yeah, correct. I mean, this receiver obviously also is much more precise than even the built-in receiver in the iPhone. So it gives you a very solid solution.
And to take it back to your original point, this means I'm no longer sucking the data over. I'm pulling now off satellite.
Yeah, correct. And with the Navigon or with the Street Pilot app, you have the maps already stored on your device, so you don't need to download that.
Very nice, very nice. Where is this available?
You can buy it on Garmin.com. There are also a few online retailers where you can buy it. So if you just search for Garmin Glow, GLO, you'll find it.
Great.
Yeah.
Anything else, or is that pretty much it for this year?
That's in terms of navigation, but Garmin does a lot of other stuff, outdoor devices, fitness devices. So we also utilize the iPhone to provide connectivity to some of our hardware devices. So we have a new cycling computer. That's the Edge A10. So cyclists can use this to track their performance. You can hook up a heart rate monitor, a cadence sensor. It tracks speed and distance and all that information. Now, we also have a Garmin Connect mobile app, and you can connect the two devices, and then you can also do live tracking. Kind of like with Glimpse on the Navigon app, you can do the same thing for cyclists.
You guys always come up with something interesting, don't you?
Oh yeah, there's even a lot more. I mean, Garmin just has so many different areas, where we use GPS technology. It's pretty amazing. It's
been interesting to watch Garmin adapt. I mean, for a while there was the standalone GPS units that everyone owned, and then they pretty much fell from favor as we all picked up iPhones and iPads and all. And Garmin's done a wonderful job of adapting to that and actually enhancing. They really leverage what they did and have brought it forward to now something that all of us can use and take advantage of. And I don't know about you, I mean, a lot of people say, oh, well, Google Maps is free, Apple Maps is free. Yeah, but Navigon adds so much if you're going to do any serious traveling that to me, it's well worth the investment.
Oh yeah, and I think the beautiful thing is that it's a one-time fee, so you don't have subscription fees. You invest one time and you get updates, you get all the extra features like speed limit warnings, lane guidance, trip planner, the onboard maps. There's so much to it that I think if you just use it very occasionally, then you can use one of the free apps every now and then. But if you travel more, then one of the premium apps definitely makes a lot of sense.
So the website to learn more about all of this is?
www.garmin.com.
And of course the App Store available in the iOS App Store.
Yeah.
Are most of them available for Android as well?
The Navigon app is available for Android, and also the Garmin Connect mobile app that I was talking about for the cycling device, that's also for Android.
Johan, it's great to see you. Thanks for taking the time.
Great to see you too. Thank you.
Folks, if I can find my way out of here, I may need one of those. We'll bring you more from Macworld iWorld 2013 in San Francisco. I'm Chuck Joyner. Thanks for watching. MacVoicesTV is part of the MacVoices Group at MacVoicesGroup.com. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media at BackbeatMedia.com.